Have you ever found yourself lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering why your sleep just isn't what it used to be? Maybe you toss and turn, wake up feeling tired, or even find it harder to fall asleep altogether. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. Sleep changes as we get older, and it can be frustrating when your body doesn't seem to cooperate like it did in younger years. But what if I told you that some of the biggest reasons you re-struggling at night could actually be things you redoing without even realizing it? It's true. After 60, certain nighttime habits can quietly sneak in and wreck your sleep without you knowing. These habits might feel harmless, but they can seriously interfere with your rest, leaving you feeling drained the next day. And when your sleep suffers, everything else, your mood, energy, memory starts to take a hit too. That's why it's so important to understand what's going on and make a few simple changes to protect your sleep. Tonight, I want to talk about 4 common mistakes many seniors make before bed that can be sabotaging their sleep. These are mistakes that don't just happen to a few people, they're surprisingly widespread. The good news is, once you know what they are and how to fix them, you can reclaim the peaceful, restorative sleep your body craves. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits: the use of electronic devices right before bedtime. Maybe you like to catch up on your favorite shows, scroll through social media, or read the news on your tablet. It feels relaxing, and after a long day, who wouldn't want a little screen time to unwind? But here's the catch. The light emitted from phones, tablets, and TVs isn't just bright. It's a special kind of blue light that tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Your brain uses light cues to regulate its internal clock, what we call the circadian rhythm. When it sees blue light late at night, it suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to wind down and get ready for sleep. So even if you're feeling tired, that screen is sending the wrong message. It's like trying to fall asleep at a party when the lights are blazing. What does that mean for you? It means your body's natural rhythm is off, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. You might notice that you lie awake longer than you used to, or your sleep feels lighter and less refreshing. If this sounds like you, it might be time to set a digital curfew. Try to switch off screens at least an hour before bed. Instead, pick up a book, listen to calming music, or practice gentle stretches. Your brain will thank you. Now, moving on to the second mistake that is more common than you'd think: drinking caffeine late in the day. We all love that afternoon cup of coffee or a nice black tea to keep us alert, especially when energy dips hit. But caffeine can linger in your system much longer than you realize, sometimes up to 8 hours or more. For someone over 60, whose metabolism naturally slows down, caffeine's effects can stick around even longer. When you sip that coffee after lunch or have an evening cup of tea just because, it might be what's keeping you tossing in bed later. Even if you don't feel jittery, caffeine can subtly block your ability to fall asleep or cause you to wake up more frequently during the night. And the trouble is, once you don't sleep well, you often reach for more caffeine the next day to compensate, which only makes things worse, a vicious cycle. If you're used to enjoying caffeinated drinks in the afternoon, consider switching to herbal teas or decaffeinated versions instead. Some great choices are chamomile, peppermint, or lavender teas, which have natural calming properties. This small change can make a huge difference in how easily you drift off to sleep at night. The third mistake is something that many overlook but is incredibly impactful: eating heavy or large meals too close to bedtime. After 60, digestion slows down, and your body doesn't handle food quite the same way it did before. When you eat a big meal late in the evening, your digestive system is forced to work hard while you're trying to rest. This can lead to discomfort, acid reflux, or indigestion that disrupts your sleep. Think about it. If your stomach is busy digesting while your brain is trying to shut down, it's a recipe for restless nights. You might experience heartburn or feel bloated, which can make it tough to find a comfortable position to fall asleep. Not to mention, your body uses extra energy for digestion, leaving less for restorative sleep processes. So, what can you do instead? Try to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. Opt for lighter dinners that include easily digestible foods like steamed vegetables, lean proteins, or a small portion of whole grains. Avoid spicy or fatty foods that can aggravate your stomach. If you're hungry closer to bedtime, a small, healthy snack like a banana or a handful of nuts can be a good choice without overloading your system. As you start to notice the connection between these habits and your sleep struggles, you'll begin to see how small changes can add up to better rest. But there's one more crucial mistake we need to explore. Something many people don't realize is sabotaging their nighttime routine. Now, let us talk about another sneaky mistake that often goes unnoticed but can seriously wreck your sleep: drinking too much fluid right before bed. Staying hydrated is essential at any age, especially after 60, when your body's water balance shifts and dehydration risks rise. But there's a fine line between being well hydrated and overdoing it at night. If you find yourself waking up frequently to use the bathroom, interrupting your precious sleep cycles, it could be because you're drinking a lot of liquids too close to bedtime. These interruptions don't just make falling back asleep harder, they also stop your body from entering those deep, restorative stages of sleep that help heal and refresh you. Imagine your body as a delicate orchestra, where every instrument plays a part in harmony. When you have to wake up repeatedly, it's like the music is constantly getting cut off and restarted. This prevents the natural flow that lets your body relax fully. Over time, these interruptions can pile up, leaving you feeling groggy, irritable, and less able to focus during the day. So how do you balance staying hydrated without sacrificing sleep? The key is timing. Make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids during the day: water, herbal teas, or other non-caffeinated drinks, and then gradually reduce your intake in the hours before bedtime. Try to stop drinking anything at least 1 to 2 hours before you plan to sleep. That way your body can process what it needs, and you're less likely to wake up multiple times during the night. Of course, if you're on medications or have health conditions that require certain fluid intake schedules, always check with your doctor before making changes. But in general, paying attention to when and how much you drink can help you protect your sleep without sacrificing hydration. Now that we've talked about how screen time, caffeine, late meals, and nighttime fluids can hurt your sleep, it's important to understand the why behind all this. As we age, our bodies naturally produce less melatonin, the hormone that signals it's time to sleep. This drop means our internal clocks can become more fragile, making us more sensitive to disruptions. Add these nighttime habits on top, and you've got a perfect storm that keeps you tossing and turning. Changing these habits isn't about strict rules or cutting out things you enjoy. It's about gentle adjustments that respect your body's changing needs. For example, instead of binge-watching TV until midnight, try winding down with a calming audiobook or some deep breathing exercises. Swap your late afternoon coffee for a soothing herbal tea, and savor lighter, earlier dinners. These small shifts help restore your body's natural rhythm and prepare you for better sleep. One powerful tool to support these changes is creating a consistent bedtime routine. Our brains love routine. It signals safety and readiness to relax. Maybe it's dimming the lights an hour before bed, putting away screens, or practicing a few minutes of mindfulness or meditation. These calming rituals cue your mind and body that it's time to slow down, making falling asleep easier and more natural. You might be wondering, what if I'm already struggling with pain, frequent bathroom trips, or anxiety that disrupts my sleep? That's a valid concern. And it's important to acknowledge that sleep challenges often have multiple causes, especially as we age. But addressing these common lifestyle habits creates a solid foundation, making it easier to tackle other issues with your healthcare provider. Remember, better sleep doesn't mean perfection every single night. It means giving your body the best chance to rest deeply more often than not. Over time, these changes add up, and you'll notice more energy during the day, better mood, and even improved memory and focus. It's a journey, and you're not alone. Many people over 60 face similar struggles, but the great news is that your body is still capable of wonderful renewal. Sleep is one of the most powerful tools for health, and taking care of your nighttime habits is one of the simplest, most effective ways to invest in yourself. As you make these shifts, pay attention to how your body responds. You might feel subtle changes at first, like falling asleep a bit faster or waking up less often. Celebrate these wins, and if you ever feel stuck or overwhelmed, remember that even small improvements matter and that reaching out to a healthcare professional can provide additional support. So, now that we've explored these 4 common nighttime mistakes and why they matter, think about which one feels the most relevant to your own routine. Is it the late night screen time? That sneaky cup of afternoon coffee? Or maybe those heavy dinners that keep you tossing? Even just adjusting one habit can set you on a path toward more restful, rejuvenating nights. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a gentle reminder. Sleep is not a luxury. It's a vital part of your health and well-being. Your body needs it to repair, recharge, and keep you feeling your best. By honoring your body's needs and making mindful changes, you're giving yourself the gift of better days and brighter mornings. As we come toward the end of this conversation, it's important to recognize that while we've focused on 4 major mistakes that can disrupt your sleep, there is a broader truth underlying all of them. Your nighttime habits are powerful signals to your body. Each choice you make in the evening, from what you eat and drink to how you unwind, sends a message that either supports your natural sleep cycle or works against it. One final piece of advice I want to share is about the importance of managing stress before bed. After 60, life can bring new challenges, health concerns, changes in routine, or even the weight of memories and worries that keep swirling in your mind. Stress and anxiety are among the biggest sleep stealers, often causing restless nights, even when everything else is right. If you find your mind racing or your heart pounding as you try to fall asleep, it's time to introduce simple calming practices into your evening routine. You don't need fancy equipment or hours of meditation, just a few minutes of deep breathing, gentle stretches, or listening to soothing music can work wonders. Even writing down your worries or a gratitude list before bed can help clear your mind. By calming your nervous system, you create the ideal environment for your body to relax and enter those deeper sleep stages that refresh your mind and body. It's not about pushing stress away forcefully, but gently inviting peace and rest. Looking back over everything we've talked about, you've learned how screens can trick your brain, why caffeine late in the day disrupts sleep, how heavy meals make your body work overtime, and why too many nighttime drinks can wake you up. Plus, you now understand the power of managing stress as a key part of your nighttime care. Change doesn't happen overnight, and that's perfectly okay. The journey to better sleep is about progress, not perfection. Try introducing one or two of these changes at a time, and notice how your sleep and overall well-being improve little by little. If you've tried some of these tips before or have your own sleep struggles, I'd love to hear from you. Sharing your experience helps build a community where we support and learn from each other. So please, drop a comment below what has helped you sleep better, or what's been your biggest challenge. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. There's plenty more practical advice coming your way to help you live healthier, happier, and more energized every day. Remember, your best years are still ahead. Sleep well, care for your body with kindness, and embrace the small changes that lead to big improvements. Here's to peaceful nights and bright mornings, because living your best life is possible at any age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Sleep tight and take good care.